It all began when I accepted an invitation to dinner at my ex-girlfriend Rose's house. Despite everything that had happened between us, she insisted she wanted to clear the air, and against my better judgment, I agreed. The evening went smoothly enough. We shared a meal, exchanged awkward conversation, and for a moment I thought maybe we had finally put the past behind us. Then, halfway through dessert, a wave of dizziness washed over me. Rose suggested I lie down on the couch until I felt better. The next thing I knew, I opened my eyes beneath the roof of a picnic shelter in a neighborhood park. My head throbbed, and I felt strangely uncomfortable. Resting in my hand was a folded note with my name written across the front. Confused, I unfolded it. Rory, remember the Halloween party? You thought it was funny to embarrass me in front of everyone before dumping me and leaving me there alone. Consider this my way of evening the score. You're going to make the trip home exactly the way I had to face that night, alone, embarrassed, and with everyone staring. Your wallet, phone, and cards are gone. Your house keys are waiting for you at home, but first you'll have to earn them. Good luck. My stomach dropped. Looking down, I realized I was wearing an over-the-top vintage costume complete with bright colors, lace, gloves, tights, and shiny shoes that made every step awkward. My hair had been carefully styled, and my face had been covered with theatrical makeup. It was impossible to blend into a crowd. With no phone and no other choice, I picked up the small purse left beside me and started walking. Every step felt louder than the last. The stiff costume rustled with each movement, and the heels clicked sharply against the pavement. Before long, people began to notice. A jogger slowed down, stared for a second, then burst into laughter before continuing down the trail. A family passing by whispered among themselves, their curious glances making my face burn with embarrassment. The walk home felt endless. Drivers honked, strangers shouted jokes from passing cars, and I kept my eyes fixed on the sidewalk, hoping the ordeal would end soon. When I finally reached my street, relief washed over me, until a familiar voice called my name from a passing car. Rose. She waved with a grin while my current girlfriend sat behind the wheel, both of them laughing as several neighbors turned to see what the commotion was about. I hurried inside, slammed the front door behind me, and leaned against it, exhausted. Then my phone rang. The caller ID read, Rose. Amy folded her arms and gave me a long, skeptical look. You'd better explain what's going on, she said. I sighed, not even knowing where to begin. Honestly, I don't know how to explain this. She frowned. The girls in that car said you're some kind of weirdo who does this all the time. I don't believe them, but should I? No, I answered immediately. This wasn't my choice. One, or both, of them planned all of this. After a long silence, Amy sat down at the kitchen table and motioned for me to continue. I told her everything, from Rose's invitation to dinner to waking up in the park wearing the ridiculous costume. As unbelievable as it sounded, I laid out every detail. By the time I finished, Amy was trying not to laugh. Well, she said with a grin, that's certainly one creative revenge plan. She asked if I wanted some tea, and while the kettle heated, I grabbed a pair of scissors, hoping to cut myself free from the outfit. Amy quickly stopped me. Don't ruin it, she said. The ice will melt eventually. We'll get the keys, and I'll help you out of all this. Reluctantly, I sat beside her. She chuckled as I awkwardly lowered myself into the chair, the bulky layers of the costume making even sitting down a challenge. You'll need lessons if you're going to dress like that, she joked. 2 hours later, enough of the ice had melted for us to retrieve the keys. Amy picked up the keyring with a mischievous smile. I suppose I should help, she teased. Or maybe I should just leave you like this. The look on my face made her laugh. I'm kidding. One by one, she unlocked the fasteners holding the costume together. The collar came loose first, followed by the waist and sleeves. Finally, I was able to step out of the elaborate outfit. Layer after layer came off until I was finally free of the uncomfortable costume pieces. Go take a shower, Amy said with a smile. You look like you've had the longest day imaginable. I didn't argue. The hot water washed away the makeup, hairspray, and everything else that reminded me of the ordeal. For the first time all day, I felt almost normal. That feeling lasted exactly 30 seconds. When I opened my dresser, my usual clothes were gone. The drawers had been completely rearranged, and my closet was filled with unfamiliar outfits. I searched everywhere, hoping to find a pair of jeans or even a simple t-shirt, but nothing looked like my wardrobe anymore. Wrapped in a towel, I walked back into the kitchen. I've got another problem, I said. Amy looked up from her tea. What now? My clothes are gone. Someone replaced everything. She stared for a moment before laughing in disbelief. Looks like Rose really committed to the prank. I rubbed my forehead. Could you please help me get some normal clothes? Amy smiled thoughtfully. I'll see what I can do, she replied. But first, let's figure out exactly what she changed. She headed toward the bedroom with me, shaking her head at the sheer effort that must have gone into the elaborate revenge. Looking around the room, she simply laughed. I've got to admit, she said, whoever planned this didn't miss a single detail. Then she turned to me with a playful smile. All right, she said. Here's what we're going to do next.